Where have all the Beta Ray Bills gone? I feel like I never see this card, but I think he's still really good. I think people are sleeping on this one. And that perfect curve of Thor into Beta Ray Bill, into Jane, into Odin still feels so satisfying and so unbeatable to me. And I was happy to see it pop up on Twitter. Din made this really cool deck fusing that Asgard package, including actually Valkyrie in the mix here as well, alongside the Guardians of the Galaxy that just got recently buffed, with the cheap ones in particular, which I told you in my Guardians video. These seem so good, they might start flexing into more decks. And here we're already seeing that paid off. Star-Lord and Rocket Raccoon making the cut in here, giving you the Asguardians of the Galaxy, which is a pun name we've had in Marvel Snap for a long time, but happy to see it again. And to support that, you know, a package of Elsa and Hope, which could be really good, of course, with all of these cheap little cards, including the Kitty Pryde and the Wasp, which is a natural play into the Jane and the Valkyrie. And the Guardians themselves, you know, sometimes you can play these early, just load them up. If you hit, great. If not, you actually have Odin to take a second chance on your Guardians, which, you know, sometimes can actually just make like your Rocket Raccoon a 1/9 if you hit him twice, or it can just be that backup plan in case they miss. Alternatively, sometimes you can kind of save the Guardians for later and have a bit of a miracle-y sort of turn at the end of the game with, you know, an Elsa and a hammer and a couple Guardians, and pull out some surprise power that way if you don't have a good Odin or Valkyrie available, or a line that makes sense. So all in all, this deck just has a lot of cool little synergy hooks that hook into each other and make a lot of sense. Sometimes it's that dream curve, that's all you need. Sometimes it's Elsa, Hope, Kitty stuff that creates opportunity, but all in all, finds ways to win. And I had a great 8-4 run with this one. Its creator had reported some fun and success with it as well. So I'm curious if everybody else can make the Asguardians of the Galaxy into a winning deck as we collect more data. But I think either way, you'll have a lot of fun with this one, because making those giant double hammered Beta Ray Bills is still one of the most satisfying things, I think, in Marvel Snap. Playing a 4/24 feels very, very good, as you're gonna see. Man, I think with this line, if we can find an Odin at all, that's gonna be a much better play. I'm gonna rip the Rocket, dude. We can always re-Odin him later if we need to. So the fact, even if he whiffs, like, we have kind of a backup plan, I think that's a cool, oh, nice. I think that's a cool aspect of this deck, right? So we'll just Thor here for now to support this, then bail out with Nightcrawler moving out. Negative zone, definitely a little wonky for us. Sucks to draw a Wasp. That was going to be something we hit anyway, so. The Thor is not really going to benefit from the Odin necessarily, although I can do it a turn early now, so I could actually technically find another hammer at the end. Oh, Limbo. Oh my goodness. It's kind of a shame we didn't find a Beta Ray Bill here. Do I ever like greed this Jane and just like wait a turn to see if I can find a Bill? I don't think so, right? That seems too greedy. I don't really want Jane there. I want space for on reveal stuff like a hammer and an Odin. So let's put Jane mid. We can just fill with a Kitty Pryde to maybe get a slight edge on Asgard here, in case the opponent can't build out enough power to beat 8, which looks like maybe they're only gonna have Morbius buffs max. So Mjolnir's hit. That's great. Dracula and Invisible Woman. Oh, Invisible Woman, huh? It's making me think about, like, is there some I don't know, some weird combo or something? Oh, we actually hit the Beta Ray Bill kind of right at the wrong time. That makes me sad. So yeah, I mean, like we said, Mjolnir Odin is pretty sick. I actually don't even think it's crazy to do that now, by the way, because that reactivates the Thor, which gives me a chance to find another Mjolnir. And neither Hope nor Elsa are particularly interesting. You know, where the Beta Ray Bill is now, but I don't have to put the Mjolnir there, by the way. That's just for Rocket Raccoon. So we could maybe just do, you know, something like this and hope to find both hammers for like an Odin right. That might be overkill though with, I don't know, that supports here, and we're still pretty strong here too. Yeah, maybe that's okay. This Valkyrie's gonna get stuck in hand a bit though too. I don't know. If we hit the Stormbreaker, we got 2 turns to hit it and only 3 cards in deck, right? So there's actually, I think, a pretty decent chance. Oh, Crystal just made it even more decent. What is this opponent's combo, though? Is it just Hella stuff? Stormbreaker is my final card in the deck. We want to do this plus Stormbreaker plus Odin here, which will make us very strong here. Moderately strong mid, but of course Dracula's pretty spooky. Okay. Yeah, I don't need to play the Milner now. It's just showing myself where that went. That would be a boo-boo. I think we would think that was a mistake. Giganto. Oh, so definitely some kind of Hella package, right? But they didn't hit a Modok or a Hella in time, so I don't know. I guess I feel pretty good about this. Hope is actually just +6 here, right? Because of the Elsa. So with Morbius there, maybe we ought to actually do this. We're a little bit small mid though. Well, yeah, actually Dracula might be the hardest card for us to beat in a weird way. So maybe we focus left and right. Those are going to be the strongest areas. I mean, Morbius also kind of intimidating, and plus they're just ahead by 6 already. But we're adding 12 and 8, 20. I don't know. This may come back to bite us because I don't know how consistent the Dracula is going to be. If it's like just Modok, it's really not that. Like it's APOC, I guess, for 10 or something, 14. It's not that big. I mean, we obviously are winning right crazy hard. And then we think we're in a pretty decent spot left, although not in a crazy spot. We're only up by 14. Just Hell Cow. Wow. They had the Hella, but just no way to activate it. Yeah, there's a big APOC though. Dang, dude. Okay. I mean, how many cards do they have left in hand? 2 left in hand, so even a Modok would have only pushed this to 10. 27 there. I mean, I'm glad we put the Kitty Pryde there. That does feel right, but at the same time, I don't know. Left does look pretty exposed, and then we also lost mid. I don't know, having the Beta Ray Bill and the Odin together, like it would have been nice to have Beta Ray Bill in a spot with like Elsa and Hope and Nightcrawler, right? So that he kind of carries them. And then you have like Jane and Hope and Odin together. Or well, maybe not all those because you gotta have room for the hammers, but you get the idea. It's just kind of hard to get all the power spread out perfectly, but 7-turn games give you a lot of leeway. We're gonna sit on the Nightcrawler actually with Elsa in hand. This is a hard decision to make, right? It's like Elsa's not my favorite line in this deck. I do prefer, you know, Thor, Beta Ray Bill, particularly with Odin in hand. But without a Thor, Beta Ray Bill, you know, I think we're naturally, I think we are kind of in this line. We can still do Beta Ray Bill and Hope together though. That's pretty sick. Elsa can still come in later. Might even be worth it to weave in a Wasp just to really accelerate energy wise. We need to think about what our energy is going to be used for and whether or not that makes it worth it. So like cheating 2 energy here gives us 7 next turn. Are we able to use 7 in an interesting way? Or would we rather use Wasp on a future turn? I think we'd probably rather use Wasp on a future turn. It could be interesting if we hit like Thor and Elsa and Nightcrawler. Elsa and Star-Lord is 5 though. If we hit Jane, we're probably just playing Jane as is. So I don't think we need to cheat anymore. Nightcrawler kind of evens us out though too if we need to. So Thanos deck, of course, you know, they can get big, they can do stats. They got things. I feel good about right with Beta Ray Bill. Even honestly, if we don't hit a hammer right now, it's still just a lot of power. Yeah, Star-Lord, Elsa. It's weird because we don't know if the opponent plays here right now, but ultimately I just want to get this Elsa upside with Nightcrawler and really accelerate the Hope for turn 6. So we have a lot of options. Weirdly with our top decks, I don't know how many options we actually have anyway, but there's a few at least. Sinister London. That is really, really good for their Call Obsidian. It's not bad for our Star-Lord, but it's not hitting a second time, right? This doesn't count, so. But Nightcrawler's pretty nice. Having some flexible Nightcrawlers to move around is actually pretty cool. We did honestly get just as much power as the opponent in at the end of all this, right? Which is cool. It also makes Odin actually really interesting too. force an Odin into this Star-Lord and an Odin here. Not that Beta Ray Bill's any good, but this is just a lot of stats, and we're not susceptible to Shang-Chi, not susceptible to Eliath. So this is just a good pile of stats. Like, obviously there's things that can be bigger than this blob or whatever. It's pretty nasty, but we're big. I mean, honestly, some blobs we beat. The second blob might be a more of a problem, I guess, but oh, we are susceptible to Shang-Chi with Elsa, I guess. Whoops. Didn't think about that. Let's see though. Oh, Magneto's just not even remotely on the same planet here. Nice, dude. Yeah. Okay. This was a game where we just really didn't hit anything crazy. Elsa was good. I mean, yeah, I guess she was good. She made these Nightcrawlers bigger. They ended up not actually mattering, but certainly if Magneto went here. If Magneto rolls left on the second Magneto, does that ever actually create problems for us? We still win left. No problem, because we're ahead by 12 there. Magneto wouldn't be mid, and they're only up by 9. So yeah, we'd be fine. Okay, yeah, actually our opening hand to copy would be pretty nice. It's you know, second Thor, if we, well, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it quite soon enough to benefit, but one hammer makes, you know, even a turn 5 Thor really good. Opponent's getting an Odin, we're getting a Null. Oh my. Yeah, okay. Elsa into Thor is a good curve. Will the opponent beat us to Sacred Timeline though? Can they play 2 small cards here? They kind of usually like to play a destroy card right now. If they had like Nico and Carnage, they could beat us to it. Oh, we can't pass up this curve though. Because if we had Jane, like, forget about it, dude. We are a little overloaded. Oh, nice. We're going to get to Sacred Timeline at the same time as them. Cool. Maybe even ahead of them if they destroy here. Yeah, they do destroy here. So we're going to have Sacred Timeline. So I'm really only kind of benefiting with Rocket and Star-Lord in that case, which I guess do make pretty good turn 5 plays. Oh my god. I mean, I just don't care now, right? Because I don't have time to play any of this. I just go 4, 5, 6. I think we put Jane here probably, and then we just stack the Odin in the Beta Ray Bill location and just try to get really big in 2 spots. You can try to cover all 3, but it's just like so easy for like a little death flyer or of course a null to just chip through that I don't know. I think, oh, we drew a Stormbreaker anyway. Does that change anything? No, not really. I think this is right because you add 12 here, so that's 27, and then you add 8, 35. If they go for a Venom here, they're at 17. Maybe more with Wolverine technically. Maybe let's say Wolverine goes to 9, so maybe 26. And then there's still like Death and Deadpool that can go there too. I hate not supporting this. We could maybe trust the Beta Ray Bill on its own and put Odin in his own lane as well. But if I did Jane here, there's also a cool line where you put Odin and Jane together to make a lane. Oh, I don't know, man. This is scary. I'm gonna get a Wasp as well, so that does technically add a little bit of unpredictable math. I hate that they played here though. Rocket's gone. So that, man, I kind of wish the Jane was left. What is this though? It can't be much. Nico and Deadpool again. A second. Oh, that's just the team. Yeah, I mean, this is a lot of stuff, you know, like they gotta play all 3 spots. I'm not sure about where to position all of this, you know, that's kind of the hard part here, but we're certainly covering a lot of bases. So they gave up on the Beta Ray Bill. That makes sense to me. This is kind of what I was talking about though, right? Is like, does Jane need to be left here? I talked myself out of it. Because like Null, well, they can't play Null and Deadpool because of course, oh, yeah, okay, chill. No, we're fine. Man, I'm really surprised to see this because they knew this math, right? You know this is going to 23. Well, I guess you don't actually know about the Odin. Maybe they thought 17 was the math. They just didn't have the numbers here. Null was not big enough, and they didn't have any energy cheats. There's no, you know, no X23 in play. So they probably just didn't have the math. This is just, you know, they have 39 power, and we have a lot more than that. We have, what, 47, 54, 64 power. So it's just going to be hard for them to find the wins. Beta Ray Bill just tanking himself is so crazy. Yeah, let's play Nightcrawler. I've learned my lesson. I gotta play Nightcrawler out, man. Probably the Guardians too, honestly. The one thing about this deck structure that that feels a little wonky to me is that it has quite a few like terminal end game, like Valkyrie and Odin are both really good on 6. But sometimes doesn't leave you as much space for the Guardians cards. Oh man, TVA, huh? I mean, this would just lock up here, and then we could just like Rocket and Thor somewhere else. I mean, surely this locks up here, right? There's no way this doesn't. I mean, I guess we don't have to play the Elsa card now. Just like go straight at this Angela and then just win one other spot guaranteed, right? We have such a good opener for this kind of matchup. Hawkeye is really big, but there's no way it's beating this, right? There's no way. What about like this too? Just literally covering everywhere. I mean, I do think this is kind of an overcommitment. Like the Rocket is so big that it's like, is it too much? You know, between Elsa and the Rocket, you could probably get away with this, like we said, and just guarantee a win elsewhere. If they played a 4-drop here, you know, it's like, this is not the kind of deck that has a big 4-drop though. We're head by set. I think this is fine. I think this is actually safer. Yeah, they actually abandoned the Angela. There's no way they beat Thor and Rocket, right? That's why we were pairing these up. Just 9 power is insane, yeah. Yeah, they recognized the Mobius just wasn't big enough, so they had to win through sneak. Yeah, I'm glad we took this line. I mean, we would have won the other line too. It didn't really matter, maybe. This is such a strong early game. Anyway, I think I was saying, like, the Guardians sometimes have a hard time getting played late, but I do like them going down early and then having the Odin to re-engage them. Sometimes double dipping on the buff or just getting a buff that you missed is pretty nice too. Okay, yeah, we'll drop a Nightcrawler in, that's fine. That's actually that's the one card I would have picked here because this curve is so fundamental, right? Oh, the dream Asgard curve. So I think we should probably put Bill left and Thor somewhere else, right? Like I think double stacking them seems like a huge mistake. Well, I say that to some extent. I don't know if that's true because I don't have a lot of like flexibility. I mean, if we get an Odin, it should be fine because we go to 24 or whatever, right? But if they do commit 2 more plays here, 12/14s, not the craziest amounts. This line might actually, okay, I'm sort of relieved they didn't commit another play there. Now that said, Wong is making me nervous for very different reasons. Now I'm worried about like white tigers and stuff getting too big as well. Okay, well this also is a bit of a pickle because we don't have space now to double hammer into an Odin because I have to play Jane mid and I can't play Odin here, so I can only play 1 hammer and 1 Odin mid, which may or may not be a problem, you know, just depending. We could pick kind of which hammer, I guess. Oh, hey, never mind. Nice. This is still very scary, and I don't have any like actual disruption in this deck, so that makes me super nervous. Odin here is fine. I'm thinking like, do I need to worry about Valkyrie positioning at all? Like, you know, I could turn this into a Valkyrie lane, for instance. This could be an Odin hammer lane. It really just depends on what this Wong is up to. You know, if it's like Black Panther Wong stuff, I think we're just screwed, right? Like, I don't know how we ever win. Seems impossible. White Tiger, we can probably outscale a little bit, though. Left, though, is going to have plus 16, which means they're going to be at 19. But that's okay if we get Odin, actually. It doesn't matter. And this is actually a sick turn to Valkyrie. Oh, I have a 1 and 3 to hit Odin. If I don't hit Odin, it's just like, do I take this Valkyrie right now? You know what I mean? This is also really good on 6 if I wanted to do that instead. And say forego any kind of Odin line. You know, like do this. Do I care more about power here? I actually don't even know. I guess this still preserves an Odin line if I hit him, and also if I don't hit him, I have a Valkyrie line, and I just try to win off normal power here. Because this shouldn't be too big of a high-powered lane if it's like Odin or whatever. This should be okay. Sometimes, I mean, not always, but I think with Thor helping out, it should be pretty high. 27's hard to beat if you're not playing, like, you know, if you're just playing an Odin or whatever. Okay, so unfortunately, Luke Cage killed the Valkyrie, but we hit the Odin anyway. We don't care. Luke Cage, your cards can't have their power reduced, so Valkyrie's dead. So we're losing right always, but now I think we feel incredibly secure left and mid, right? Because Odin comes down here. We beat this easy. I did not expect to see a Luke Cage. That's kind of nuts. Oh yeah, opponent's just spotting they don't have it. The limbo helped me here. Okay, yeah, Nightcrawler with Elsa, there is some advantage to keeping him. Asteroid M eats both Thor and Beta Ray Bill if I don't fill it up. Oh, great web though, also. I don't know. Everybody's just getting bounced back and forth. Okay, we'll just play, we'll play Elsa for now. This deck has enough mid-game curve that we can't, like, wait to, you know, we can't force a Kitty Pryde, like, every turn or whatever. Opponent's highest coast card is currently Proxima Midnight. Wow. Let's Thor first, actually. Because we may hit a Jane, and then we have the god curve of Thor, Beta Ray Bill, Odin. They just discard the Odin. Yeah, they don't care. It's funny, of course. Asteroid him, is he going back? No, not yet. Okay. That's fun. Oh! The god curve! That's all you need sometimes, man. Now, the problem is, right, these both might end up in the same place, which is challenging. The opponent might also have all their stuff end up in the same place, too, though. Currently, all of the opponent's stuff is ending up there. Wild. Oh, no! The Proxima means I can only draw one of the hammers! No! This Nightcrawler I didn't play is coming back to bite me, man. I said I wanted to support Elsa later, and it's like I can't. Oh my god, no. 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 The god curve. Not like this. Oh no. Not like this. I mean, the opponent doesn't know, right? They don't listen. They don't know, man. Maybe I pull Wasp mid and we still win. I don't know. There's actually a line here where like one of the small cards goes mid. Oh, they went too hard right though. Maybe I think we probably just lose to all this junk right. Oh, but they're moving left with some of it. Oh, I need. That's no, the tiebreaker. If Wasp had moved, we would be fine. Any card left, I guess, kind of screwed me though. It's hard because the Nightcrawler, you know, based on the hand we had, it had such upside, but then the hand just completely shifted into the other side. What a tough one, dude. Funny that we almost had it anyway, despite the big whiffs. Okay, let's definitely keep our early game cards here. This is a great hand for having a lot of stuff. Oh man, Nor Dimension's an even better hand. Yeah, we'll play Star-Lord here, that's fine. It's number one, it's likely to hit. Because a lot of people like playing a Nor Dimension, but getting a Jin for a Hope on 3 just starts a crazy chain of energy cheat, right? Odin is a good card to have mid, maybe, yeah. Do we put in more Jins? I mean, eventually I'll want them. Maybe like an Elsa next turn or something. We're gonna have plenty of spare energy to find space for all that stuff. Power Stone's solid, honestly, just a 1/3. I think, you know, card draw is good on the stones too, but if we're filling the hand up with dimension cards, oh, Magic's kind of a pain actually, because, well, I mean, if I can get a Thor and a Beta Ray Bill early, it's not necessarily a pain, but if we don't, our scaling potential does get reduced, I think, rather significantly. Maybe we go here. It's actually kind of nice if you can benefit from both Nightcrawler and Kitty on the Elsa. So maybe we save like Nightcrawler to go mid. After we get another card here. Yeah, Odin mid, I guess. I don't know. Without Thor and Beta Ray Bill, we just don't have the numbers, I don't think. Like, Elsa's cool, she's big, but compared to a Magic deck, which, you know, typically a Magic deck is going to be pushing for a ton of numbers. You expect them to get really big. Oh, yeah. Okay. I mean, Valkyrie is still always an out, but it doesn't beat, like, Iron Man, you know? A lot of the typical Mr. Negative stuff is still too good. Yeah, just Thor and Beta Ray Bill both at the bottom of the deck just kills us. I think we play a Jane anyway, just to do something. We're like running out of time. I don't know. Just nothing good going here. Odin can go mid for a little bit of a boost. You know, he's big himself. He hits the Star-Lord for a slight gain that they may not expect, but we just don't have the numbers, man. Like, as soon as they slam an Iron Man or a Null or Arnim Zola, whatever it is, we're just cooked. Wong, yeah, that's too much. I'm already scared. This could be Panther Zola. I mean, maybe we could do something with a surprise Valkyrie in that case, but I gotta find the Valkyrie, man. We're gonna end up getting like Thor and stuff when he's too late. Yeah, I mean, this is just silly, right? Where is Val? I need priority. This actually should maintain priority, right? Where is Valkyrie? If I draw like Beta Ray Bill, or well, either one, whatever, we're screwed. It's got to be Valkyrie, I think. Even then, though, I need them to play the Panther now, if that's what we're expecting. If they have a cheap Zola, I can't do it. If they do it all at once, it's too far gone, right? We need it to be. We need it to be. I have no disruption now, so they can just Panther Zola all at once on the final turn. For 1 billion power! Yeah, we get Thor anyway. So we lose. Like, they're obviously gonna have 1 million here. I'm just gonna, I mean, I don't know. We know we're losing. Well, we'll let them have fun, though. It's fun to let people have fun, you know? It's fun to have fun. We know they've got, like, some crazy negative cards, because the only one we've seen so far is Mystique. Oh, they actually didn't play a Zola and a Panther together. Now I don't know what to expect. Is it just like a White Tiger? No, you would. I don't know what to expect. I don't know. We're not going to beat these Iron Men either way, though, so it doesn't really matter. I think the energy to play Thor, right? I don't know. Jubilee, huh? That's scary. Psylocke's weak, though. Fast is weak, though. Well, we got left. Zabu?
Victory.
What? They had 1 card left in deck, 5 cards in hand. Maybe they just had the worst hand with like all the stuff they care about in their hands, you know, like all the 0 power cards in hand, literally minus Mystique, because you know these are all things you don't want in the deck. What on earth? Maybe they were taking a flyer on like an Ironheart and like hoping to buff the Iron Man or something, which would have been pretty good. What the heck, dude? I thought we were completely cooked. We drew our deck in the worst possible order. I mean, to be fair, we have a lot of power this game. We're very big. 2024 is a big number. It's just you expect craziness out of a negative deck like that. We've gotten some weird lucky games with this deck today, I feel like. Stuff we probably shouldn't have won, but we're just doing our thing, and, you know, consistency sometimes pays off. Okay, yeah, Kitty early is absolutely perfect. Can we get an Elsa? Can we get a Hope? This deck's interesting because it kind of has, like, a few through lines in the mid game, you know, like you want to be able to play Hope and Thor and Elsa and Beta Ray Bill. Of course, you know, you don't always have to play them all at the same time or whatever. I really want to play this on 3, and we've got Atalan to think about. So I think I'm just gonna throw in the Star-Lord here. We can play Hope and Wasp together. I mean, Kitty Pryde, you know, I cycled her once because it's free, but I think we have to get Hope down. Hey, we called the Star-Lord shot. Nice. 2/6 is big, too. Yeah, we'll just go Hope, Wasp, mid. That's really good. And then go from there. Sunspot, sure. Elsa, Odin. Okay, so Odin, we could cheat out next turn. Elsa, Kitty's very cool. Maybe Rocket here, even with like an Odin's pretty sweet. We could play Odin on next turn too on 5, I guess. Opponent really likes what they saw. Oh, we're getting a swap. So Rocket may not actually land here, but that's also totally fine. I mean, in other words, he may get revealed, but they didn't play here, so less fine. But Odin can still activate him later. Oh, Shuri. Oh. Let's see if the opponent messes this up or not. Because where the card that gets buffed is now actually in a different place. Believe it or not. Like we said with Odin, the card they need to play is actually here. I mean, do we just slam an Odin? It's like early. But I want to be able to play, like, well, I mean, I guess Kitty plus Odin next turn is just distinctly better. I don't know. Let's see. Where do they play? Do they spot the Shuri? Shuri, Starlight, Citadel shenanigan here? They're thinking about it. I mean, the animation helps you. You know, the animation kind of, like, shows the little zone you're supposed to play into. The next question is, like, can we beat that with, you know, like Elsa? Oh, they're just waiting. So this might be She-Hulk Taskmaster stuff. What are the odds of me hitting the Stormbreaker? It might actually be pretty important. But yeah, too late, Jane. Your return behind, Jane. So if I play Kitty mid, we're getting plus 10. It's not enough. It loses to She-Hulk, right? I think we're gonna just lose to a Taskmaster and a She-Hulk somewhere though. Like, I don't know if I can stop that. There's not really a good line for me to beat that, you know? Like, maybe here. This is also just 10 though, is the problem, right? I don't know, man. This is probably the best play, but I think it loses to a lot of stuff. They missed the Shuri, though, like we talked about. Right? Am I crazy? Shuri needs to go mid, I think we decided. Red Skull into She-Hulk. Oh. They just abandoned... I mean, why not Red Skull mid? There's just no reason, right? You just always Red Skull mid. Maybe you're worried about the plus 8. Well, number one, you probably know that puts me at 26 if I stick to the same lines I've been sticking to, which means you have 28 and you win anyway. But, you know, 28 is bigger than, you know, this Red Skull is also buffing, you know, cards as well. Like, they knew this was at least buffing 4. Let's save Rocket. Ah. I always regret it every time, man. This is kind of an interesting Valkyrie hand, though. A lot of small, cheap stuff, you know. Okay, we're definitely playing Star-Lord here. Star-Lord's harder to weave in. In my opinion, Rocket's a little easier to work with, so. This is a cool thing, right? It actually takes them a lot of work to get this collector big enough. I'm surprised they didn't save the Snow Guard for the collector. Maybe it wasn't there yet. I don't know. They're gonna play right 100% of the time. Easy call. Easy call. Always play right. Look at this. I'm just actually so good. Weirdly, we are kind of hurting our Valkyrie a little bit with this because these are buffed up, you know, a bit. Okay. Yeah, let's go left. I mean, Jane is still probably a welcome sight. We missed the Thor, but Battery Bill is good. Like, you know, Odin on a Guardian plus. Oh my god, dude! Wow. I mean, are they actually gonna get, I mean, are they gonna get any bigger, right? That's the thing. Like, you know, does just a Thor here, for instance, just win, you know, and then does like Stormbreaker and an Odin win? You know, like, how do they get bigger? I don't know what their plan is. Let's see what they're cooking here. I don't know. Devil Dinosaur, okay. Can only add 6 here realistically. Certainly Valkyrie does not do anything. But we can just go Odin here to interact with Star-Lord, right? That's gonna be really hard to beat, I think. This adds 7 here, which is 15. There is this line too, actually. Because this takes us to 16 plus 6, which is 22, which I would say feels pretty dang safe. I mean, Devil Dinosaur is almost maxed out here. If it is maxed out, it goes to 21. Feels kind of weird not re-enabling the Star-Lord as a guarantee, though. Like, which of these is safer? It's sort of more fun to Odin the Star-Lord, but is there any way I lose right? Like, is that a threat? Is that a concern? I don't know. I don't think so, but let's see. Maybe I have regrets here. What could this be? Cable? Okay, that cannot be the right play. I win with Stormbreaker mid. I only need 1 point to win mid. Dude, I don't know what it is today. I feel like a lot of our matchups have just, like, the opponents just haven't done very much, and I'm not disrupting them in any way. It's not like our deck is doing some sneaky crazy thing to disrupt them. We're just kind of hobbling over the line and just winning a lot of weird little games. It's very strange to me. Feels very, very unusual.